Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer Installation Manual. Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer is a unique roofing material for pitched roofs. It combines lightness, water tightness and reliability of traditional bitumen roofing with the attractive look of ceramic tiles. Due to simplicity of its installation, price and low weight of the material, it is particularly recommended for renovation of pitched roofs with a slope ranging from 12 to 85 degrees, covered with bitumen membranes, bitumen shingles, metal tiles or flat asbestos roofing. Owing to specially designed synthetic rubber composition with the addition of bitumen, Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer are adhered to the substrate using very quick heat activation, in contrast with the long time torching normally used for ordinary torch-on membranes on flat roofs. Quick heat activation of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer allows for significant reduction of gas consumption. It is due to the quick heat activation process that the installation to the substrate is much simpler, quicker and easier to control by the roofer, which is particularly important on steep pitched roofs. Installation of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer on a pitched roof is easy. It can be done by a two-person team using simple tools. You will require a roofing brush, a spirit level, a measuring string, a tape measure, a propane and butane gas burner, a roller, a pressure roller, a screwdriver, a hammer and screws. A proper number of installation pads is attached to each roll of the roofing material. Other essential equipment will be ladders or, in case of steeper roofs, special supports for benches mounted in line with the roof ridge or on the roof area. In this video, we will present all the stages of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer installation on a pitched roof. Keep in mind that the installation of any roofing material on a roof means work at height. It is necessary to protect oneself against a fall from height using proper protective harnesses. The installation of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer on a new roof and on a tar roof should be started with the application of the primary bitumen sheet, RDI 64. The RDI 64 bitumen sheet should be installed to the substrate using nails with pads. The membrane should be installed on a whole surface. Roughly 10 nails should be used per each square meter of the roof area. The primary bitumen sheet RDI 64 is not a waterproofing layer. It serves as the protection of wooden substrate against fire during the heat activation of top layer and during the bonding of side and end laps of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer. In a case of installing Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer on old bitumen roofs covered with bitumen membranes or shingles, it is not necessary to use the primary bitumen layer RDI 64. However, the bitumen substrate should be prepared for further application of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer. Installation work on the roof should begin with cleaning the roof area. It should be free of any impurities and dust. All irregularities and folds on the surface should also be removed, as they could be visible on the new roofing. It is also necessary to accurately measure the roof area in order to set the ridge and the eaves parallel and check whether the roof side edges are perpendicular to them. Application of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer must always be perpendicular to the eaves, as deviation from the vertical may result in unintended optical effects negatively affecting the appearance of the whole roof. The eaves, roof edges, and chimneys should be prepared by making flashings, to which Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer will be further adhered. Metal flashings can be made of zinc-coated or synthetic-coated metal sheets. In order to improve adhesion of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer to the substrate should be primed with C-Blast Primer Speed Primer SBS. The priming agent should be applied to the clean substrate using a roofer's brush or a roller. All invisible parts of the flashing should also be primed. The recommended consumption of the priming agent is about 200 ml per each square meter of the substrate. Installation of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer must always be perpendicular to the roof ridge. After measuring the roof from the eaves to the ridge, the same length with additional 20 cm should be measured on an Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D roll. These added 20 cm will allow for the correct installation of the sheet over the edge of the ridge. In most cases, the length of the roof slope does not exceed 8 meters, which is the length of the sheet on a roll. In such a case, there is no need to make an end lap on the roof slope. In order to install Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer correctly, standard burners for torching membranes can be used. It is however advised to reduce the power of the burner, setting the pressure on a pressure regulator between 2 and 3 bar. An alternative solution is to change the nozzle for a smaller one, properly matching the type of the burner used. Both solutions will reduce the burner's power and will allow for proper heat activation of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer. To prevent possible bending of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer during the installation, an application roller must be used. Owing to that, Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer will not bend during the installation when the sheet is rolled down from the roof ridge, and its external pattern will not get damaged. The application roller is a simple wooden roller 4 cm in diameter and 95 cm long. Wrong application. Special attention should be paid to the heat activation of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer. Not using the application roller or too long heating of the bottom side of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer will cause overheating of the material, damage to the top mineral granule pattern, and will result in a loss of warranty. Installation of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer means a fast heat activation, during which the protective plastic sheet on the bottom side of the membrane is burnt off. Then, as a result of this short-term impact of heat energy, the bottom side of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer, consisting of adhesive synthetic rubber with addition of bitumen, is plasticized and allows for immediate adhesion to the roof surface. This effect is reinforced in summer due to the additional self-sealing of the roofing. After carrying the prepared sheet of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer onto the roof ridge, the sheet should be rolled down in position perpendicular to the horizontal. The Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer sheet should be folded over the roof ridge with about 20 cm of the sheet left on the other side of the roof. Heat activation of each sheet must be carried out on the whole surface. The attempts to peel off the material after installation demonstrate the amount of force that must be used to break the bond of the heat-activated product. Particular attention should be paid to bonding Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer with metal flashings on the eaves and edges of the roof. The bond should be completely tight and made with utmost care, with focus on aesthetic look. Mechanical fastening of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer to the substrate requires the use of proper metal pads enclosed with the rolls. Proper screws should be chosen depending on a substrate type. The mechanical fasteners should be applied along the side lap, the area free from mineral granules, spaced 40 cm apart. The mechanical fasteners should be placed on the outer edge of the side lap. After fixing the first sheet of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer to the substrate along the side lap, we should proceed to fixing the next sheet. After fitting it to the previously applied sheet and fixing it behind the ridgeline, Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer sheet should be heat activated and adhered to the substrate. Special attention must be paid to tight sealing of the side laps along the whole sheet length. Installation of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer means a fast heat activation during which the protective plastic sheet on the bottom side of the membrane is burnt off. Then, as a result of this short-term impact of heat energy, the bottom side of Icopal Rolled Tiles 3D Roafer, consisting of adhesive synthetic rubber with addition of bitumen, is plasticized and allows for immediate adhesion to the roof surface. This effect is reinforced in summer due to the additional self-sealing of the roofing. It is important to make sure while welding the side lap that there is no excessive outflow of bitumen, as it might lead to contamination of the roof area. If there is a need to make an end lap on the roof, then the sheet should be cut along the dark mineral granule strip between tile design. For aesthetic reasons, avoid cutting the sheet along straight lines. Using a wavy line for connection at end laps guarantees an invisible end lap. A proper end lap will be achieved if the end lap is heated and granules are pressed into the bitumen, which will strengthen the bond. A pressure roller should be used. Once the entire roof is covered with the roofing material, the ridge and corner edges should be secured. In order to do this, a strip of 2 or 3 tiles wide should be cut along the sheet. And then it should be heat activated and adhered along the ridge line.